Okay, before I start, I just want to say I just saw in the credits that Tenzin was played by J.K. Simmons. Never would have guessed that. Wow. Kudos. He's one of those guys, we sort of know he's a good actor, but he sort of does the, get me the pictures of Spider-Man, sort of that voice and that character over and over, the guy behind the desk. Oh, well, I'm the tough guy behind the desk. And yeah, just nice range. I really wouldn't have guessed that was him, and he did a real good job. He's doing a real good job with this character, so I'm impressed. But okay, so we have this this episode called "And the Winner Is," which is better than the last one. If you remember the last one, I wasn't a big fan of. And we do have this bending competition, but they mix it in with the terrorists, with Amon coming in, and at the same time, like through a lot of it, I'm saying, really, with all that police protection, you couldn't find these people bringing in these chi blocking gloves now, which those are cool. I love the fact that there's a device. It's like now it can be actually put into mechanics, to block the chi and stuff. I think that's great. And really, all the cops were taken out, and nobody. They seem to have radio that nobody could contact. I don't know, but that's part of the nitpicking thing. The terrorists are gonna get in, they're just gonna do it, whatever. And there's also a little bit with, Korra seems to be, it's like she's rushing into all this stuff, and she wants to fight and everything, and it's all about her journey, but at the same time, it's like, her goof-ups are really starting to add up. I'm thinking, like, in the big climax here, you had, one moment where I don't even know what happens, like she tries to rise out of the water to get them, they're going onto the blimp and she's trying to catch them on, and she just stops and starts falling. I don't know if that meant like she ran out of water or what, maybe it'll be addressed in the next episode, I don't know. And then the other one is like she steps in the wrong place, the glass breaks, and the what's her name, Todd's daughter, whatever, is gonna get on the ship and kick all sorts of ass, and then looks down and sees that she's falling, so she has to dive down and get her. And she saves her twice, pretty much, in this. And I don't know, it's like she has her cool, badass moments and everything, but at the same time, it's a little too evened out with how many times she kind of botches up. It's not all the time or anything, but it might be one too many for me. But, alright, so what else happens in this episode? You find out the history of why, I'll get her name in the next one, but Toph's daughter, I'm just gonna call her now, why she is so aggressive against, the Avatar now, and, because, her and Tenzin had this, had a history, which is great, and I love the little bit where he's gonna go into the history and says, "Why am I telling you this?" It was a great comedic moment. And even when they had, like, the losing team, when they had the possums, like, tied up down below, they didn't leave a person there to look after them in case, I don't know, a swimming possum comes and bites through the ropes. Unlikely as that is, still, you should probably have a guard there, but I think that's nitpicking. Kid show, you allow a little bit of that. But, this doesn't feel that much like a kid's show. It does not give in to, I shouldn't say give in, but it doesn't do a lot of the stuff that you normally see in, say, Avatar The Last Airbender, where there's a lot of that comedy. Or if there is, it's not quite as good, or it sort of varies. So, I don't know. It seems like in many respects they're really upping their game, like I said, for sort of the interesting, I don't want to say commentary, but a touch. Sort of social commentary they're talking about with sort of the new problems that can arise after, quote-unquote peace is spread throughout the land, and the new troubles. But I don't know. Some of this, I like the show, don't get me wrong, but it's not quite meshing as well as I feel it could a lot of the times. Or I feel like, with this episode, when Amon finally comes in and says, we're at war and stuff, it's like, okay, let's get going, and then the episode stops. It always seems like once it's gonna start getting going, then it stops and it goes to something else. And it's always like, let's get moving. Come on. you know, and it's only 12 episodes also, so it's like, I think there's this great anxious side of me, at least, that really wants to see the adventure going, and wants to see, you know, the real story begin and the real drama, and we've had enough setup, you know, let's really get this moving. And every single time it looks like it's on, you go to the probe ending thing, or you go to the love triangle, or you go to her learning some more, and that's all fine. But I think Last Airbender, God, I hate referring to Last Airbender. I hate doing that, because you don't want to be one of those people that's like, it's not Avatar, it's not The Last Airbender. And I'm not looking for that. I'm totally open to the fact this is something new and different, and I like all the different changes that they're doing. But yeah, I think there is a bit of a pacing issue where it's like, you know, it really should get going. You know, it seems like it's really, the only thing I can think of is the Harry Potter films, which I know a lot of people like the Harry Potter films. I think they're boring as fuck. You know, because it's just like, it could be told in 3 books, guys. It could be told in 3 movies, and it's like, no, this episode we're getting closer to the story, and this movie we're getting closer to the story, and this one we're getting even closer. It's like, no, just go. You've had enough build-up. Let's just go into it. But again, Harry Potter is tremendously successful. Maybe they're looking to do something similar. So who am I to say, you know, don't Harry Potter it? Because Harry Potter is like one of the biggest, you know, phenomenons that's ever happened. So I don't know. For me, it's ironic because it's only 12 episodes, but for me, it seems like it's going very slow, and it's focusing on some stuff that should be given a little bit more time, or at least spread out, I should say. Some stuff that should really be spread out is sort of rushed, and then other stuff that's rushed should probably have a little bit more time spent on it. So, I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm not disliking it, but I would like to see, I want to see it balanced out a little bit more. But, you know, it's still good stuff. You know, I'm still, even though the Korra character didn't get to me, I still like the character. I still want to see her succeed. I like that she does listen. I like that when, you know, when they say, look, the ref is obviously bought off, let's play dirty back, and they say, you know, no, don't do that. They're going to get us, you know, let's play fair. And she says, I don't want to, but okay. And she does. I like that, you know, because I swear, if she did a cheating move, I was going to be like, okay, I am, like, done with this character. This character never friggin' learns. But, you know, she did. She played within the rules, and I like that. So she does learn, she does evolve. It's just some of these missteps, maybe just one or two many, you know, just a few too many missteps for me. But I'm still with it. The comedy, when it works, does work. God, I love the scene where the announcer gets tasered. That killed me. One of them is in the booth with me now, folks. He has one of those strange electric gauntlet things. I think he's going to shock me. I am wetting myself right now. Hilarious. Anything with that guy is wonderful. I also like that Cabbage Corp thing. That I think they're implying that, like, the cabbage salesman, like, started this huge technological empire somehow. Unless I'm reading too deep into it, but why else would they call it Cabbage Corp? So I don't know. I'm still with it, and there's still a lot to be impressed by. The fight scene at the very end is very impressive. I love the villain is awesome. I love what they're doing with the villain. I want to say I want more of him, but I know they should keep him just the amount they're showing him is actually perfect. Where you sort of long for more of him, but you know you're actually getting the perfect amount. So I won't push for that, but. Yeah, I mean, it's still good, and it's holding my attention, but yeah, it's like, let's go! Let's, you know, really get moving here, you know, the war has begun. Okay, now, mean it this time. Really begin this war. Really get it going. So, yeah, that's about it. You know, if this episode was maybe 2-3 episodes earlier, I'd probably like it more, because it's like, okay, here we go. But, you know, gotta save room for love triangles and such, but, whatever. I'm still curious. I still want to see where it's going, so, yeah, that's about it, and see you next episode.